There is a saying that he who goes to equity must come with clean hands. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the program, The Eagle. My name is Aisha Gambari. With me on the program,
Aisha Muhammad. Welcome to another interesting edition of the program.
Today, we shall be bringing to you a repeat of highlights of events at the launching of the Clean Hands project by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The event was launched on May 26, 2016 at the Eagle Square in Abuja.
Please stay tuned as Kamla Gaby represents the report right after this timeout. Don't go away.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation, and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The event, which started with an anti-corruption walk from the EFCC head office to Eagle Square, Abuja, was led by the acting chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, in conjunction with heads of various civil society groups, such as the Bring Back Our Girls Campaign Group, National Union of Road Transport Workers, Youth Media and Communication Initiative, members of staff of EFCC and other government agencies. The procession moved through the metropolis, dancing and carrying placards with messages urging the society to shun corruption and support the fight against the scourge. The mammoth crowd eventually arrived at Eagle Square, venue of the launch. At the Eagle Square, it was a massive turnout with school children, youth corps members, and various stakeholders waiting to be part of the Clean Hands Against Corruption campaign. The Clean Hands Project is an anti-corruption awareness campaign initiative aimed at ensuring that children and youth abhor corruption, economic and financial crimes in their totality, and commit to live with clean hands. In his welcome address titled, "We Must Win the War on Corruption and Impunity," Magu expressed his happiness for the large turnout in support of the anti-corruption crusade. He said, it is a good opportunity to interact with various stakeholders in the fight against corruption. He also stated that the Commission has recorded tremendous success within the past few months, in addition to boosting its corruption preventive strategies.
In just 6 months of this year, we have secured over 150 convictions, including some involving elusive high-profile criminals. We have recovered billions of dollars worth of stolen funds and blocked numerous avenues of money laundering. We have blocked a lot of leakages.
The anti-graft czar added that the Commission had kept faith with its mandate and the expectations of Nigerians, pointing out that the anti-corruption war is never an easy task, and thereby urged the citizens to be steadfast in order to win the war, adding that the Commission since inception has been reshaping the face of law enforcement in Nigeria.
Over the last 13 years, the EFCC has been reshaping the face of law enforcement in Nigeria. Not that we have not had our fair share of the challenges. However, over the past 1 year of the life of this administration, the Commission has been revamped and has continued to set the pace in investigation, prosecutions, and prevention. The past glory of the EFCC is now being gradually restored, as testified to by Nigerians and members of the international community. This is because we have kept pace with our mandate and the expectations of Nigerians.
Also speaking at the occasion is the co-founder of the Transparency International and co-convener of the Bring Back Our Girls campaign, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili. She commended the vigor and commitment of Magu in the fight against corruption. The former Minister of Education said the country's future has been mortgaged due to the fact that the fight against corruption receives less seriousness. She urged all and sundry to embrace the fight so as to ensure a better future for the upcoming generation.
If any Nigerian is serious at all about the necessity for the greatness of our nation, then they must take the fight against corruption seriously. Because the consequences of not taking the fight against corruption seriously is that the nation will be forever mortgaged. Nigeria is a country that the whole world agrees has had incredible potential to be one of the leading countries of the world. As a matter of fact, at the time of independence of Nigeria, many around the world took bets, including many around the world with very strong academic distinction. They took a bet that Nigeria was the country, the black nation, that was very likely to put in hot pursuit all other nations of the world in terms of the greatness that it carried. However, sadly, this is some 56 years after our independence. And when some of those who took that bet on Nigeria look at what has become of our nation today, they ponder what went wrong. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what went wrong is what EFCC has been established to tackle. I want to say to you that I congratulate the chairman of the EFCC, Mr. Magu, and his colleagues in the commission for the amazing work of renewing the vigor that EFCC needed to demonstrate in the fight against corruption. Would you join me in acknowledging the EFCC?
Chairman, House Committee on Anti-Corruption and Financial Crimes, Honorable Kayode Oladele, commended the EFCC for organizing the program, describing it as timely and preventive.
Why are we here today? This is not a new thing that the EFCC is doing. They started this long time ago, but maybe for the first time they are bringing it to the attention of the public that part of the mandate of the EFCC is to ensure that there is a public enlightenment campaign so that we catch people young. If you look at this year's theme, it says clean hands. Clean hands is not just by accident. It's a maxim, an equitable maxim, that says that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. And he who seeks equity must also do equity. Why are we saying this? From time immemorial, we all know that one of the things the EFCC does is to investigate and prosecute people who are found wanting for breach of trust, public trust, and corruption. But we have since found out that people who lead us did not drop from heaven. They are part and parcel of the society. If we want to ensure that we stem corruption, we fight corruption Therefore, we have to start from the grassroots.
The EFCC Clean Hands campaign also featured march past and choreography display by a number of primary and secondary school students in Abuja. The event also had in attendance representatives of Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, various ministries, departments and agencies, civil society organizations, Speaker Nigerian Youth Parliament, students from various schools, corps members and other stakeholders. Some of the students who attended the ceremony have this to say.
We are fighting corruption. It's good to fight corruption. We don't need corruption in Nigeria. We are the lizard of tomorrow, so we have to fight corruption. We can fight corruption, we can stop corruption. Students should be hardworking in school, no cheating, hardworking, no examination malpractice, so we can do it.
I was talking to my friends and they were saying something about corruption can never leave Nigeria. And I was telling them it's something if you want it to happen, it will be. So if we start educating the younger generation into believing in a Nigeria that is corruption free, change is possible. It begins with us.
The Clean Hands project was also launched across all the zonal offices of the Commission. At the Lagos Zonal Office, staff of the Commission set Lagos agog as they marched through major streets of Lagos with branded banners and T-shirts portraying anti-corruption messages. No sooner it set out marching from Awolo Road, Ikoyi, en route Kefi Street to the ever-busy Obalende roundabout that some passerbys voluntarily joined the unrestricted crowd in support of the walk. It also had in attendance other stakeholders, including some non-governmental organizations, civil society groups, youth organizations, National Youth Service Corps members, artisans, and some unidentified members of the public as participants. Amidst cheers and words of encouragement from the public wherever they went, staff and other volunteers marched back to the office in high spirits to continue work at their desks. In Port Harcourt, Rivers State, the rally drew a mammoth crowd, including members of the civil society and stakeholders in the fight against corruption, such as Citizens for Anti-Corruption Corps, Rivers State Patriotic Forum of Nigeria, members of the NYSC Corps, Integrity Club members, and officers of the EFCC. Amidst singing, dancing and jogging, the crowd displayed banners carrying different messages and walked a distance of about 5 kilometers, commencing at EFCC's zonal office, Olumeni Street, through Azikiwe Road, Bank Road, Moscow Road, Williams Jumbo Road, 4th Avenue, before terminating at the EFCC's office. The Ibadan version of the campaign started at the ancient Mapo Hall through Bere Agbeni and terminated at the Old Bagi Market. It had members of civil society organizations, youth represented by the NYSC Anti-Corruption CD Group, market men and women, religious leaders and groups, community leaders and influencers, among others, as participants. In solidarity with the government and the EFCC in particular, opinion leaders at the rally expressed confidence in the Commission, encouraging the public and educating them on the need to partner with the Commission and support the fight against corruption. In Enugu, representatives from the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Nigeria Immigration Service, Prisons and Federal Road Safety Corps, National Youth Service Corps, and students from IMT Enugu all expressed their support for the Commission and willingness to collaborate and further bolster the existing relationship with EFCC. The rally, which took participants from the zonal office at the Federal Government College Road through major roads across the metropolis, was attended by all staff of the zonal office and ordinary citizens who just joined along the way.
Now, EFCC to stop corruption in Nigeria, in Enugu State.
In Maiduguri, Borno State, the rally started from Ramat Polytechnic, opposite Police Command, moving through the metropolis back to the EFCC Maiduguri Zonal Office. In Gombe, the rally, which took place at Gombe State Stadium, started with an anti-corruption walk from EFCC Zonal Office along Bauchi Road to B Road through Sabonlai, then Jumogoja Road, and finally to the stadium. The walk consisted of all staff of the zone, NYSC members, civil society organizations, hoteliers, car dealers, bank representatives, and the public. The NYSC band group thrilled the public with their songs, music, and dance. And in Kano, the rally started at the Kofar Mata Stadium, led by the zonal head, Nage Obono Itam, and other staff of the Commission. Also in attendance were students from various secondary schools, members of the EFCC NYSC Integrity Club, civil society organizations, the Nigerian Bar Association NBA Kano branch, and members of the press. In a show of solidarity, other law enforcement agencies in Kano came out in numbers to participate in the rally.
Aisha, the Clean Hands project launch was not only colorful and interesting, but very timely. Looking at the pictures again, I will say it came at the right time, at a time when the federal government has taken a zero-tolerance stance against corruption in this country. And interestingly, the EFCC keyed into that. From developments, one could say that the saying that the fear of the EFCC is the beginning of wisdom, is beginning to gain prominence.
A lot, Aisha. It is no longer business as usual. The era of impunity is over. Honestly, the mere mention of EFCC now sends shrills through a lot of people's body, to the extent that when some people cite EFCC operatives, they start running away, Aisha.
Even seeing EFCC vehicles, people run, But Aisha, the public have to buy into the fight. The war against corruption is to the betterment of Nigerians. So please come out with clean hands.
Please join the fight by exposing any act of corruption. You see something, you say something, and don't stop at that. Do something about it.
Corruption is dishonesty and illegal behavior by people in positions of trust. A public office is a public trust. Do not abuse positions of trust for private gains. Stay away from corruption. Nigeria is a great nation, and it is our responsibility to make the country greater. If you notice any act of corruption, please report to the EFCC via info@efccnigeria.org or call 09 904 4751 or 09 904 4752. You can also call 09 904 4753. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Welcome back. On that note, we draw the curtain on this week's edition of the program. Please don't forget to drop your comments via our social media portals at Official EFCC across all the social media platforms, or send an email to the eagle at efccnigeria.org. My name is Aisha Gambari. Thank you for watching. God bless Nigeria.
And I am Aisha Mohammed. See you same time next week for another interesting edition of The Eagle. Have a good evening and goodbye.